We have some very big news concerning Zenless Zone Zero. Not only are they holding their Amplifying test, which I believe is their third beta test up until this point, but they have also detailed a number of improvements and alterations that have been made since the previous test phase after a lot of people left quite a sizable number of complaints, most of which were all warranted. They have an Amplifying test trailer up as well, available in English, Japanese, Korean, and traditional Chinese. We're gonna take a look at all of this in just a moment, because before we jump in, I strongly urge you to take a moment, click that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification, that way you remain up to date with everything that I post. Pre-registrations, test phases, upcoming gacha games, drama, we talk about it all here, posting every single day. First, let's talk about the Amplifying test. The Zenless Zone Zero Amplifying test sign up now open. All preparations are complete. The application window is now open. Go to Zenless Zone Zero sign up page. There's the link. There's a link to the test information. Okay, well, okay, yeah. Okay, that was very loud. Nicole, though, I know they nerfed her, but she is still packing. I hope they unnerf her, I genuinely do. But at the same time, she is still absolutely phenomenal looking. Signing up for it is as simple as clicking the link over at the top left, clicking the link down the bottom right, clicking any of the signups you see on the page, logging in, filling out a survey. The test platforms are PC, Android, and iOS. Sign up start time begins on the 17th of March, which was yesterday. The sign up deadline will be announced later. Please keep an eye out for further official announcements. The start and end times will be announced separately, so we don't know when the sign up ends, nor do we know when the test phase begins yet. There are numerous questions that are all answered. I feel like they're all pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't look like this test phase will be under an NDA, which makes sense given the last one wasn't either. It looks as though they're promoting a lot of their social media channels, have an official Reddit as well, which, oh my god. What? Official media. Oh god. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like we'd all be like that if we were, you know, in that position as well. We found the thumbnail for the video, because how could we not use this for our video? Let's take a look at the trailer first, then we'll see what's new, what's been changed. So I just want to point out, I get PTSD looking at all those TVs in the background. I hope they have reduced the importance and the focus on the TV. I want to call it a mini game, but I feel like the combat and everything is more of a mini game than that TV side activity was. Oh, she looked cool. And she has so much bounce. Hold on a second. Wait, let's play that back at 0.25 seconds. My god. Yeah. All right. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm liking her character. Oh yeah, 100%. Let's all agree that while they nerfed Nicole, they didn't nerf the physics overall, or at least completely. I feel like that needs to be said. That needs to be seen by everyone. Now, before we take a look at any additional Zenless Zone Zero content, I want to take a moment here to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon. It will allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal, and I cannot thank you all enough for your support. Now let's keep talking Zenless. Zenless Zone Zero, amplifying test registration now available. Fitter closed beta test to run across PC, iOS, and Android. HoYo has announced their third closed beta test for the urban fantasy action RPG Zenless Zone Zero, also known as the Amplifying test, to run on PC, iOS, and Android. Types are available now via the game's official website. Start and end dates for the test will be announced at a later date. The details are below. The upcoming beta, known as the Amplifying test, will introduce significant changes to the combat. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think the combat was an issue of contention within the community. I thought the combat was very well done personally, and I think everyone that I spoke to said the combat was one of the few features that they actually had no issue with. So I'm curious what they mean by the significant changes to the combat and the hollow exploration systems, improving their flow and pacing. Okay, good, I'm glad to hear that. I do think that is absolutely necessary. It will also feature or showcase a new character, a new faction, brand new Bang Boo mechanics, the combat challenge, Shiyu defense, and more. Players can sign up now. The Amplifying test will showcase a brand new character, Zhu Yuan, and a new faction, the new Eridu Public Security's Criminal Investigation Special Response Team. The latest Bang Boo models are also on their way to the battlefield with their newly developed combat technique, Bang Boo Chain Attacks. In addition, the combat challenge known as Shiyu Defense, along with a series of combat missions, will be available for players through the upgraded Hollow Deep Dive system, also referred to as the HDD. This updated system allows players to dive straight into challenging boss battles without any additional steps, thank God, so you can just jump straight into combat and not have to worry about the stupid TV system. Which wouldn't be stupid if it were only a minor activity or a side activity rather than a focal point of the game. So you're not going to be able to do all of the combat, all of the content, but you will be able to jump directly into challenging boss battles. The upcoming closed beta test is expected to bring about significant improvements to the game's overall gameplay experience. I hope, again, that's in reference to the TV system rather than the combat, because I, again, did not have any trouble with the combat or any issues with it. Thanks to the latest upgrade of the HDD system, players will be able to explore the hollows in a more efficient manner using the TV wall. Okay, so explore in a more efficient manner. So like less focus on the TVs, less actual TVs you need to navigate between, which has been optimized to a considerable extent. Good, okay, good. Not only is there significant changes to the combat, significant changes to the hollow exploration system, but significant improvements to the game's overall gameplay experience, considerably altering the TV wall. That is good to hear. After several iterations, combat design is now more dynamic, maximizing excitement for, well, I mean, that maximizing excitement is easy, just unnerf Nicole, for both newcomers and hardcore players, especially in rally missions and Hollow Zero. Finally, New Eridu offers more urban life events and city guidance to provide its citizens with an immersive residential experience. So they're gonna introduce more into the town hub that you're in, which is cool because like when running around it did feel a little bit empty, but I think these are all necessary. Well, with the exception of the gameplay, like the combat, I don't know what they're doing with that, but I think these are all great points to touch on, and I'm very curious about getting into the test phase and trying it out myself. Zenless Zone Zero is due out on PlayStation 5, PC via client download on the Epic Games Store, iOS, and Android in 2024, sooner rather than later. A PS5 closed beta test is planned for a later date, probably like what they did with Honkai Star Rail and just had it like a few months after the official release on PC, Android, and iOS. Now, this all looks very cool. I'm very excited to see what they have planned. I'm curious to see what they've altered. I'm curious to see the new character in action. I'm curious to see how the jiggle physics operate in game, based off of what we saw in that trailer, because they looked phenomenal. I'm still very excited to play this. If you haven't already, make sure you pre-register to attempt to get in if and while you can. Otherwise, I hope I get in and I'll see you over on stream when the beta is playable. Now, if Zenless Zone Zero is not something you're at all interested in, absolutely no problem. I got you covered for 2 different videos on screen right now that might be more up your alley.